Welcome to PyGuard, a JamByte course. I'm James and I'm going to be guiding you through the course. We're going to create a fully automated home security device that's capable of recording audio and video whenever it detects motion. Before we unbox the electronics, I'm going to give you a couple of tips as to how to get the most out of this course. This course is comprised of short tutorial videos that move at a relatively fast pace. Therefore, I encourage you to pause, rewatch, and even slow down the playback speed of the videos to suit your learning pace. There's a lot of content in this course, so don't be discouraged if it seems alien to you at first. Being a top programmer is not about memorising everything, but rather understanding how to approach and solve problems when they present themselves to you. It is possible that you'll get stuck at times with things that aren't explicitly explained in the tutorials. This is very common in programming, and there are two main methods to troubleshoot. The first method is using Google. When you do this, you want to search with as few keywords as possible in the search engine. After your keyword search, you'll find a website such as Stack Overflow that hopefully contains your answer. The second and more modern approach to problem solving is using an AI model such as ChatGPT. With this troubleshooting method, rather than providing as few keywords as possible, you want to provide as much context as you possibly can. The approach that I use when using ChatGPT is I paste my code, and then I paste my problem, and then I try to give additional context, such as the programming language I'm using or the problem that I'm trying to solve. Now let's unbox the electronics and discover the components that we'll be using to build the device. This box contains all of the electronics that we'll be using to build the device. Let's have a look inside. Firstly, we have the microSD card. This is used for memory for storing files and programs on the device. To connect your SD card to your computer, you'll need this adapter. Next, we have a HD camera that will be used for recording video on the device. This tiny board is actually a computer, just like your laptop or desktop. The only difference is it runs at slower speeds and it's much cheaper. It's called the Raspberry Pi Zero and it can be used for many different tech projects. Make sure to always hold it by the edges as it's very delicate. Next, we have a small buzzer that will alert the intruders before we start recording. To capture motion, we'll need a sensor, and that's exactly what this passive infrared motion sensor is for. It can detect the radiation or heat that humans emit. These wires are for connecting the motion sensor to the device. Next, we have a power supply to run the device. Then we have a case that the whole device will live in. And finally, we have a USB microphone and an adapter that will plug into the device to record audio. When you've completed building your device, it should look something like this, with the camera on the right, the buzzer at the top. On the left is the passive infrared motion sensor and it's wired into the Pi, and then at the bottom is the USB microphone. To use our website, first log in using the button in the top right, then head to Courses and click Start Learning. This will take you to the main lesson page where you can watch videos, cycle between videos using the next and previous buttons, or view all the lessons by clicking the lesson list in the top left. If you have any feedback about a lesson, please enter it in this box here. There's a written guide under each video with the code snippet for that tutorial. Finally, if you get stuck at all or want something explaining in more depth, you can use our AI assistant powered by ChatGPT 4. The aim of this course is to create a real-world device that demonstrates the power and possibilities of technology. Along the way, we'll cover skills such as Python, Linux, electronics, and networking. Throughout the course, I will also give guidance and advice on the real-world tools that professional developers use in their jobs every day. I hope you're as excited as I am to start building. When you're ready, let's get started.